Guys, my name is Kives, and I'm happy to be here again. And I want to give you videos that you will have seen from the previous. Like I'll only be talking at the end of the video so that I can give you time and rest assured that the videos that I'm bringing for you here is all about educational purposes and even entertainment. Now today I want to talk about this topic that racism ain't about the truth, it's about control, and I want to talk about this, including the white supremacy and even the slavery in the context here. Now, when you look at this, you'll find that racism has never really been about the truth or facts or even the fairness. It has it has always been about control. And when you look at the history of the white supremacy, it becomes very clear that the system wasn't designed because one race was truly better than another. It was built as a tool of domination. Now, during slavery, white enslavers justified the brutal exploitation of Africans by creating myths of racial inferiority. Now, they pushed the false narrative that black people were less inhuman, incapable of intelligence, or even destined to serve. But these lies were not rooted in truth. They were created to maintain control over people, land, and even resources. Now, the plantation system thrived on these lies because they allowed an entire group to dehumanize and treated as property. Even after slavery ended, while supremacy reshaped itself into Jim Crow laws, segregation, colonialism, and even the modern system of mass incarceration, economic equality. Now, each state had the same goal to control black bodies, labor, opportunities, and even the futures. Now, racism became the invisible thread tying all these systems together, keeping power concentrated in the hands of a white elite. Now, the truth is, black people has always shown resilience, creativity, and even brilliance despite oppression. That's why the truth is dangerous to white supremacy. It exposes the lie. If society truly operated on truth, then the contribution of enslaved Africans, the genius of black inventors, leaders, and even cultural creators will be honored instead of being erased. So when we say racism isn't about the truth, but control, we acknowledge that it was never about fairness or logic. It was about keeping one group on top and another at the bottom, no matter how many lies had been told to justify it. Now, I want to give a powerful solution to racism today is that as today has to start with recognizing that we are not just fighting individual attitudes, but system of control that were built to keep inequality in places. Since racism is about power and control, the solution must also target power and control. Now, here are some of my directives about this solution. One is about education and truth telling, like the lies of white supremacy thrive when history is erased. Now, when you go to America, a lot of artifacts, a lot of the history of black people are equally being destroyed in schools and even the media and even many artifacts. Now, when you are in school, media, and even communities, you must teach the truth about slavery, colonialism, Jim Crow, and the ongoing legacy of racism. When people understand how deeply these systems were built, it is harder for lies to survive. Now, this economic empowerment. Control often comes through economics, generational wealth stolen from black communities during slavery, redealing and discrimination has to be addressed. This can look like land ownership programs, investment in black-owned businesses, fair housing access, and reparation to repair stolen opportunities. Dismantling system, not just calling out individuals. Like it is not enough to call out racist people. The bigger task is dismantling structures like mass incarceration, discriminatory policies, vote suppression, and even the work inequalities. These institutions hold the real power of control. Now, the representation and even the leadership, also you'll find that the black voice need to lead in politics, education, media, and culture. Now, when marginalized people have control of their own narrative, the lies of inferiority lose their grip. Now, solidarity and accountability also one. Like you need to real change requires allies willing to challenge white supremacy, not just with words, but also with action. Now that means that voting for policies that dismantle racist system, hold corporations accountable, and breaking silence when injustice happens. Healing and rebuilding. Racism has caused deep psychological generational trauma. Spaces for healing, cultural pride, and community rebuilding are just as important as political change. Empowerment starts with the people knowing their worth beyond what suppression has told them. At the end of the day, the solution isn't simply about tolerance, it's about shifting our power. Racism was designed to control, so the only real solution is to take that control away from the system of white supremacy and return it to the people. Now that's all I had for you in the video. My name is Okaka and see you in another episode. What do you think about the videos that I've compiled here? Do you have any question or any commentary about the video? If you have, then you are free to comment and even like, share and subscribe.